Andrew Tate says he was paid $20,000 under Twitter's creator plan, which I didn't even know that Twitter even had a creator plan. But I mean, getting paid 20K ain't bad. No matter how it was paid, 20K is pretty nice. So self proclaimed misogynist Andrew Tate said he was paid more than $20,000 in ad revenue under Elon Musk's content creator plan on Twitter a day before he sued his accuser in the, I guess, sex trafficking case that landed him in the Romanian jail. Tate, who has been under house arrest since March 31st and is still facing rape and human trafficking charges in Romania, shared a screenshot of his earnings on Thursday. The notice from Twitter congratulated the controversial influencer who goes by at Corporate Tate on Twitter and boasts more than 7.2 million followers on the 20,000 on the $20,379 deposit. Every penny goes to TatePledge.com. Tate captioned the post, the 36-year-old's philanthropic organization. The cash is being paid out through a Stripe account, which Twitter requires creators have with its new ad revenue sharing plan. Tate's only been back on Twitter since November, when Musk reinstated his account after a $44 billion blockbuster purchase of the social media site in October 2022. He has been barred from the platform in 2017 after violating his terms of service over a string of toxic comments about women. That's still a pretty nice amount of money, though. So Musk announced the new payment scheme for content creators in June. In a few weeks, X/Twitter will start paying creators for ads served in their replies. First block payment totals $5 million, the Tesla and SpaceX CEO tweeted at the time. However, not just anyone can cash in on these ads. The creator must be verified and only ads served to verified users' account. Musk noted. According to Twitter's monetization standards, users must also be at least 18 years old, be active on the platform for at least 3 months, have filled out all profile information, and have connected a verified account on Stripe, a payment processing platform. Other eligibility requirements say you must be in good standing with Twitter, meaning that you have not repeatedly violated the Twitter user agreement. And it's unclear how much these requirements are enforced, as Tate is making tens of thousands of dollars off the platform, which only recently lifted a years-long ban he triggered by violating policies. When the post sought comment from Twitter, its press line auto-replied with a poo emoji. Jesus, as it's done since Musk took the helm. Weeks after Musk's announcement about the new revenue model for creators, it appears that high-profile, staunch right account holders are the first to benefit from it, although apparently there's also left-wing people who also got paid for it. Aside from Tate, a verified account dubbed N Wokeness also shared on Thursday that it was receiving $10,419. It's unclear who's behind the account, which has over 1.4 million followers and boasts that it's fighting, exposing, and mocking wokeness in its profile description. Let's say conservative commenter Ian Miles Chong at Still Gray shared a screenshot similar to Tate, saying that he would be receiving $16,259. He tweeted the picture alongside a one-word caption, "Incredible." And Benny Johnson, a Republican YouTuber and member of Turning Point USA, tweeted that he was being cut a $9,546 check in Twitter's first round of ad revenue payments. Breaking, Twitter monetization for creators is real, he wrote in the post. In addition, Rogan O'Hanley, a former Hollywood entertainment lawyer turned right-wing pundit, shared that he was getting $7,036. Now, again, some people may not think that this is that crazy or that big of a deal, but in reality, it actually is. So, it just basically allows there to be way more competition for different social media platforms for people to actually like create like an online presence and actually make money doing that, or doing some sort of online business and doing that. So, for example, let's say that you created a show and you put that on YouTube, right? And you were making a full-time living on YouTube, just YouTube, through the ad revenue. Like, let's say that you were making like $100,000 after taxes from YouTube with your show, right? That you did like every single day or whatever. Well, this basically allows people to dedicate more time into spreading their show to other platforms, right? Because they could either hire another person to put that, like their show, onto Twitter, right? Like, so there's potentially another job created just from that, or potentially multiple jobs created that because you could just put up clips potentially on Twitter as well. So now you're getting paid more and more from Twitter. So you might be able to just create more jobs over time. Same thing with like not just with Twitter but other platforms, but it's like a cool thing to see because it helps allow people to not really just focus on one platform. Because I mean, again, these aren't even like small numbers, right? Like depending on how you view it and depending on where you live, like what state or what country, etc., this is potentially like a six-figure income or multiple six-figure income a year, you know, from using Twitter. Now, what's crazy is like, let's say that you're someone who gets crazy amount of traction on Twitter. Like, I mean, crazy amount of traction on Twitter. Could you potentially be making like seven figures on Twitter? That's like insane. Because that means that people will go super hard into Twitter because some people have already created like multiple nine-figure businesses on Twitter without getting paid on Twitter, but actually like raised funds, like massive amounts of funds on Twitter. So you can see how this could potentially be something really big if pretty much any person, if they meet the requirements, but basically pretty much any person could end up basically getting paid a livable income, you could say, right? Or like a really good income or a very scalable income. Because if you could get to the point where you're making, like, let's just say in the beginning, like 2K a month, 3K a month, to now you're making 5K a month, to 10K a month, to 20K a month, to maybe 100,000 a month, that gets pretty crazy because like there's some YouTubers that are making multiple six figures a month in terms of ad revenue. There are some people on Facebook making multiple six figures on Facebook. There are multiple people on Twitter making multiple six figures a month on I mean TikTok, multiple six figures on TikTok, and there's probably going to be multiple people making multiple six figures on Twitter now. So it's going to be very interesting to see what actually ends up happening from this because it just gives people another way to make a new income stream, which could potentially allow people to hire more people, providing more jobs, and just better for the economy overall.